if you're searching for the meaning of life, should you Google it?
According to Wikipedia, the meaning of life, or the answer to the question, what is the meaning of life, pertains to the significance of living or existence in general.
Maybe that's not quite the answer you were hoping for, but Google is working on it. The search engine giant wants to be the oracle for most of life's questions. Google already handles more than 90% of the world's internet searches. The company became the world's go-to search engine by building a simple, reliable way for users to sift through vast amounts of content, a ranked list of thousands of sources based on how often websites cite each other. Now, it's expanding a different format that delivers a single answer above all other results, the featured snippet. It's all part of a race among tech companies to win users with more intelligent virtual assistants and speakers that can answer questions immediately without the need to see a screen. But things are getting a little complicated. Google used to rely on something called the Knowledge Graph, an internal encyclopedia with more than 1 billion entries for answers to basic factual questions, like when is Mother's Day, or how tall is Shaq? But even that giant database can only handle a small fraction of users' queries. So the company introduced the snippet, which scrapes answers from the internet instead of the Knowledge Graph database. As a result, Google is also answering more subjective and, in some cases, unanswerable user questions. And sometimes the results are controversial or just plain wrong. To handle more queries, data shows Google's algorithm is pulling answers from less reliable sites. Query, why are Komodo dragons endangered? And this is what you get: volcanic activity, fire, and tourism. The source? A student's report from an elementary school in Edmonton, Canada. Also, Komodo dragons aren't endangered. Earlier this year, some wrong Google answers attracted attention on social media, including that several U.S. presidents were members of the Ku Klux Klan.
Google what presidents were in the KKK.
According to English forums, President Warren G. Harding, President Woodrow Wilson, President McKinley, President Calvin Coolidge, and President Harry S. Truman.
After finding that 1 in 400 of its automated search results included offensive or clearly misleading content, Google said it would improve its search algorithm and make it easier for users to flag inaccuracies. Google says the answers it surfaces are a reflection of what people are searching for and what's available on the web. This can sometimes lead to results that are unexpected, inaccurate, or offensive. A review of Google's answers shows the company appears to have disabled featured snippets for many queries that touch on contested issues, such as politics and religion. Data also shows that Google has slightly reduced the prevalence of featured snippets in recent months, though those rates are still much higher than a year ago. The company says it doesn't fiddle with the automated results, but it does shut off the answer service for some queries because they violate company policy, such as adult content or instructions on how to make drugs. Industry observers say inaccuracies or bias in featured snippets are troubling because they appear to have the backing of Google as a single authoritative answer to a question. And Google and other search engines are among the most trusted sources in the world. A 2016 survey across 25 countries showed 64% of respondents trusted search engines, the best rate of any source, versus 57% who trusted traditional media and 41% who trusted social media. To be sure, Google's answers are almost always right. A study found that Google search answered 74% of the questions with 97% accuracy, and Google Home was correct 91% of the time. Both accuracy rates are better than Apple's, Amazon's, and Microsoft's. Apple says it limits its answers to questions that have clear, factual answers. Amazon says it has improved its results since the study was published. Microsoft says it is constantly updating and refining its virtual assistant. Google is hoping its answers will be a home run with consumers.
Have they finally decided on the best assistant? I hope it's me. I've been trying so hard.